Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today I got you guys with my top 10 players right now in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video. Do keep in mind, I am recording this and uploading this one day before Sugar Rush. So Sugar Rush could go crazy, but I still think this top 10 will stay pretty much intact unless Sugar Rush is the greatest single content drop in MUT history and we get a bunch of endgame, hopefully we do get a bunch of endgame cards with lit up X factors. That'll hopefully fit the meta. Right now, that would be great, but either way, here are my top 10 cards right now in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Okay, let's get started with an honorable mention, and that is going to be Mike Evans. This one's pretty self-explanatory. The abilities on this card are pretty decent. They're nothing like crazy, no X factors or whatever. Unfortunately, it is in, an X factor meta in Madden right now. Like, you got to have your X factors, but you only get 3 on offense and 3 on defense. There is going to be some guys where you can't rely on that X factor, and Mike Evans is definitely one of those guys. So you have a yak up on one receiver, angry runs on your running back, and of course, X factor on your quarterback. Mike Evans is that good kind of, non-X factor option, obviously at 6'5", and pretty much easy 99 speed. If you have a 25 theme team, that's all you need. And you can build one of those like only using backups. You can basically build a theme team for just Mike Evans for like 20K, very cheap, no matter who it is, and get him 99 speed. It's that easy. So honorable mention is gonna be Mike Evans. Before we get into our top 10, of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. 63% of you guys who watch the videos are actually not subscribed. So head down there, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications. We are, of course, on that road to 50,000 subscribers. And I will be live tonight over on Twitch. Link down in the description, 8 p.m. Eastern, 8:15-ish more likely. But I'll see you there. I'll see you there in the Twitch stream tonight. Link in the description. Okay, at number 10, this is a pretty preferential number. Use whoever you like more. I think they're both debatably top 10. So Fred Warner gets the better ability stack. Fred Warner is the only user in the game that is able to get mid zone for 0 and lurk artist for 0, making him be able to knock out the football in mid zones and have lurk artist as well, so he's able to animate very well. The only problem is, yeah, 6'3" is pretty good, but it's the 95 speed, a little bit slower than our other option, and also lower hit power and impact block and under 90 man coverage. The other guy I like in this number 10 spot, if you feel like you don't need that mid zone KO, still does get lurk artist for free. But if you don't feel like you need mid zone, I think Isaiah Simmons does just play better. I mean, he's taller, he's faster, he hits harder, he's more of a traditional more of a stronger linebacker, and yeah, also does get over 90 man and over 90 zone. So at our number 10 spot, we have these two user options, these two middle linebacker user options. I like them both. Both have their strengths, but both have their, I guess Isaiah Simmons' only weakness is that he doesn't get, the mid zone for free like Fred Warner does, but both good options at our number 10 spot. At number 9, we got 2 X Factor cornerbacks. Both guys to me do play pretty similar. I think if I had to pick one, if you play zone, I would probably lean more towards Peanut Tillman, because I think Charles Tillman plays a lot better without an X Factor than the other guy we're going to talk about. That's of course me, Bo Jackson, cornerback. I think Charles Tillman, for a cornerback that's only been a cornerback and isn't an added position card that's turned corner, for his run stopping stats to be as good as they are, to be able to play man, to have his size, his strength, all that stuff on a corner is crazy. And not to mention, he does also get universal coverage, aka that turns on, comes back, turns on, comes back, it's gonna give him KOs in every single instance. But also, he does get deep out zone, and if you don't want to run pick artist, sure, you can go flat zone for free or mid zone for free or even pick artist for free. It's up to you. So really, really good X factors and abilities on Charles Tillman. I would probably give him the edge over Bo Jackson, but Bo Jackson, 98 speed, 6'1", can play man, can play zone, also very good as far as being against the run goes, with good hit power, good block shake, good impact block, and even good finesse and power move. But it's the abilities on this card too. So the abilities on this card make him a man-to-man guy. If you want to play zone and you're not using his X factor, he's not going to be great. However, if you do put dual threat on Bo Jackson, after the first 9 plays, he will get KOs in man and zone coverage, very similar to universal coverage. So, your first 9 plays, you don't have it, but once it's on, it's pretty broken, and you have 2 good run-stopping cornerbacks with decent size, can play man and can play zone, and both get the KOs. I don't think running both of them at the same time makes much sense. If I had both Bo Jackson and Charles Tillman, I would probably use Bo's X factor, because I feel like Tillman can play better by himself, but I guess it also comes down to whatever scheme you're running. If you run man, then you should probably use the X Factor on Tillman, but if you run zone, use the X Factor on Bo. That's what it comes down to right there. And coming in at number 8, we got the Colossus pass rushers. And I did accidentally use X1 out when I clicked over to this tab, but Patrick Willis is in this conversation as well. So you have Brian Orabco, you have Patrick Willis who gets Colossus. Patrick Willis can also be a very good user, by the way, but honestly, it's weird that he's a really good pass rusher. Like, he gets LT-like traits. Yes. Clutch, high motor. Yes. Big hitter. Yes. It's all there. He's basically got LT traits with Colossus with really good speed. This card, normally you see Patrick Willis cards and you're like, he's a good user, but this card, play him off the edge. He's pretty glitchy, believe it or not. Even George Karlaftis, of course, Colossus is great. Brian Orabco, again, for the combine guys, it's all for the first 9 plays, then on for the rest of the game. On George Karlaftis, it's on the whole game when he's lit up, and Harrison Phillips is the same way. So Colossus, to me, is a good enough ability. Yes, talking about the big guys isn't that flashy, but these cards are all really good and super frustrating to face, especially if you come across 3 of them somehow. I mean, good luck. You know what I mean? It's going to be a long game. Make sure you're throwing the flats, or just run the ball. I don't know. You're not going to be throwing the ball deep much. Not at all. At the number 7 slot, we got Jason Kelce. This card, again, for a big guy up front, we got to mention them. He's really, really good. His speed is good enough. You know what I mean? If you have the combine +6, you can get him up to 90 speed, which is genuinely crazy. The awareness is there, strength, COD, even pass block stats, run block stats, it's all there. He also does boost all left guards and right guards in your lineup, which is also very good. So good stats, does give motivator boost, and he also gets really good abilities. If you want to go Vanguard, do it, but it's not worth it in my opinion. But just having the ability to go identifier with post up, or identifier with secure protector, or identifier with all day, these kind of options, or even linchpin with secure protector, whatever you want to do, you can do on this card for free. 0 AP. This card is not free. I shouldn't have said that because he's 2 million coins, but a very, very good card, and a card that has to be mentioned in any kind of top 10 right now in Madden 24. At number 6, yep, I'm ready for the comments. Bo's not good. He's not, but he's the best we got right now. Okay, Bo's the best in the game right now. If you like using someone else, if you're winning games with someone else, that's great. But the reality is, Bo is the best. Okay, he just is. He simply is. The throw under pressure, that can easily be covered up with the strat card, and he plays much, much better without it. But once you consider the fact that he gets Master Tactician, gift wrapped, set feet, and gunslinger, and has the best release in the game, and can run, and can roll out, and can do anything you want the card to do, he just has to be the best. I don't know what other quarterback could come out to really make me move off of Bo. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know who. I don't know. The release is just too buttery, man. Maybe a Vic card would make me move, but that's really it. Only if I get bored of Bo will I move off of him. But again, people don't like this card. People don't like the amount of Bo's in the game. I get it. It sucks. It's boring. I agree, but he is the best. And that's the reason why everyone runs. That's the truth. So Bo Jackson, it comes in at our number 6 spot. And number 5, you're also probably not gonna like either. At number 5 is Bo Jackson, again, but the running back version. Bo Jackson running back is, again, the best running back in the game right now. 98 speed, 99 acceleration, and, there's a chance I move off of quarterback Bo strictly off boredom, but I don't know if I'll ever switch off this Bo. This Bo, Angry Runs for free, right? Or no, for 1 AP, I think actually gets it for, right? Angry Runs is 1 AP on the card. Angry Runs, 1 AP. Also does get Evasive for free, so you don't even need to do it. You don't even need to run Bruiser, but I also run Bruiser, so you get better juke, better spin, better stiff arm, better trucks with Angry Runs. That it's all for the first 9 plays, but thankfully you can still run the ball very well with Bo, as he's a very good standalone running back. He doesn't really rely on the X Factor to be really, really good. This card would be very good even if his X Factor didn't exist, but he does get it, and it makes him that much better. So he can move the best in the game. The card plays the best in the game, as Bo cards do, and then you also add a broken X Factor on top of it with the ability to have better juke animations. Not that Bruiser really matters that much, but I just run it for fun. You know what I mean? So Bo Jackson can literally do it all. Even make him good. Even give him good short route running, good power, good elusive back stats as well. I mean, Bo is the best running back in the game, without question. There's no debate. To me, right now, there's absolutely zero debate. Bo Jackson. To me, Bo Jackson, best QB and best running back in the game. It's just like that. At number 4, we got the LTD 98 overall William Perry. And yes, the stats on this card are amazing. Like, this card will play great all by himself. The traits are not perfect, but he is over 90, and I mean up into the 90s with both pass rush stats. And he's a good weight, and he's a good run stopper. Pursuit at only under 90 is a little scary, but it doesn't matter. 98 acceleration, awareness, 99 strength. This card's a stud, okay? He's an absolute stud. That's all I'm going to say, without the abilities and X factors that he gets. So looking at his abilities, you're like, you know, they're pretty good. Why does he get lurk artist? I don't know, but he does. You know, if you want to click off and run backwards, you can do that. But interior threat, secure tackler, sure, those are probably the ones you go with. No discounted inside stuff. So how could the man be a top 10 card, let alone, you know, I mean, how could the man be a top defensive tackle, let alone a top 10 card in the game? The reason for this is this ability right here, momentum shift. So if you're the guy, if you most likely, you know, you go into a muck game and you play against X Factor, Bo X Factor, you know, all the X Factor guys in the game. What this does right here is it wipes all of the X Factor progress, meaning that if you have 8 snaps with your quarterback Bo Jackson before he gets Hot Route Master and before he gets Master Tactician to light up, this guy, it'll light up, it'll wipe all X Factor progress right from the card and take away the X Factors, which is just a very frustrating thing to face. The only problem with this card is he's 2.5 million, so you're not going to see him much on the MUT streets, but if they start making this ability, if they start putting this ability on more players, it could end up being very, very broken. And even once his Redux comes out, I'm sure they won't stop with the X Factor cards coming out, so they might keep dropping momentum shift players. So, you know, William Perry, very good card at number 4. Very good stats, but it's the momentum shift X Factor that does it for this card and puts him into that top 5. At number 3, I won't say number 2. Number 3, we got 2 guys, okay? It's Darius Hayward-Bay. These are the Yak 'em Up wide receivers. If you don't know, I just exited out of, I keep doing that. But, you know, both these guys get Yak 'em Up. If you don't know what Yak 'em Up is, it is probably the best wide receiver ability in the game, and it's definitely one worth running. I would say if you're not, like, committed, like, in a run scheme and, you know, you're not running Vanguard, then I would go with at least one Yak 'em Up wide receiver option. Basically what happens is they catch the ball, they break the first tackle every time. And for a running back with angry runs, that's very good, but a lot of the times you have 3 to 4 guys, the whole defense is looking at that running back. But with the receiver, you can scheme him into opportunities where he's one-on-one, or you know, only needs one guy to beat, you know what I mean? So you're able to kind of do that. And you break the first tackle every time. And you know, me shamelessly running RPOs with a guy like Darius Hayward-Bay with Yak 'em Up, he also does get route tech. So if a guy plays man-to-man against the RPO, you can route tech him. And also he gets evasive as well, which makes him that much better after the catch, on top of being able to make the first guy miss the tackle. So I would lean Darius Hayward-Bay over Andre Reed, but both cards are very good and come down to preference. You know, both cards get route tech for 1, wide receiver apprentice, mid and elite. You know, you can do whatever you want with the cards. To me, they're both very, very good, and the Yak 'em Up ability is very broken. And I think, I think you got to try it if you haven't already. The Yak 'em Up X Factor, here it is. Where is it? There it is. Yak 'em Up right there. Run it. And by the way, tight end Bo does get it as well if you want to go down that route. It's not talked about enough, but tight end Bo is also a demon. At number 2, we got Tariq Woolen, the best cornerback right now in this game. Tariq Woolen, 98 speed with 96 acceleration, 6'4", 210. They even made it so he can tackle pretty well with 75 tackling and 87 hit power. Can play man, can play zone. Also does get reinforcement X Factor, which again gives him KOs in every instance once it's lit up, man or zone. It also makes him better against the run. So really these stats don't matter too much if you put reinforcement on him. I would definitely run reinforcement over universal coverage, as reinforcement also does bring the run stopping aspect into things as well, like the block shed aspect for a corner is very, very good. And then for abilities, he gets deep zone for 1, pick artist for 0. So, you know, that's very good too. You can really run the card with or without X Factors. It doesn't matter. His build, his speed, his man, his zone, his stats easily puts Tariq Woolen into our number 2 spot today. And this one might be a surprise, but the number 1 card right now in the game, in my opinion, is Kyle Hamilton. It might be a surprise, but again, all 32 team chems, 97 speed, so easily can get up to 98, 99 speed on any team. He's 6'4", 220. Great run stopping stats besides the block shed and the impact block, but good tackling, good hit power, good pursuit. And you're probably thinking to yourself, how can he be number 1 if he doesn't even get a light up X Factor? But these abilities are just so good, and it actually allows you to run more pass rush X Factors, more corner X Factors, or more reinforcements, whatever the case is. It allows you to do that by getting deep zone for 0, which on a safety, whether you're playing in a cover 3 or playing with the middle, wherever you're using the card, wherever you're using him, deep zone's gonna light up and get that KO down the field. And then pick artist for 1. He's probably one of the best cards in the game as far as 0 AP, 32 team chems, 2 good 0 AP abilities. He's just a stud, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about Kyle Hamilton. Again, very expensive card. You probably don't see much from really on the mud streets at this point, but Kyle Hamilton is just great. Being able to be as good as this card is without an X factor in Madden 24 needs to be, it needs to be talked about. So I'm putting Kyle Hamilton at our #1 spot today. And so yes, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you didn't make it to the end, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tonight 8:30 live on Twitch. Of course, as always, I'll see you boys in the next one.